opportunities on this channel at the minute are getting ridiculous. We're here again with Marek Reichman.
Good to see you again.
Designer at Aston Martin. Now, this is the first time, obviously, that I've laid eyes on this. There's a bit of context. Aston Martin have very kindly invited me behind the scenes before the official reveal. Tell us all about it. I mean, if anyone could ever imagine hypercars getting any more hyper, you've gone and done it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, internally, obviously, 002, because it's the second of the Valkyrie runs. It's 25 units only. It's track-based only. It has more superlatives attached to it than I can possibly tell you.
I guess from my point of view, the interesting thing is because it's track only, you've had the ability to go, no rules, no regulations, let's go mad.
Yeah, so
what has that allowed you to do?
So it's the same tub as the road-going car. So obviously the whole idea initially was that tub would become road and track version. Okay. It's the engine, but now gear-driven. So it's, you know, in terms of horsepower, upwards of 1100. 1100 horsepower.
Okay.
And less than 1,000 kilos of weight. So going beyond the 1-to-1 power-to-weight ratio.
So you've gone and done the unicorn, the magic number and some.
Yeah, the magic number.
Okay.
In terms of its performance figures, you're about 3 Gs in cornering and lateral cornering. So the forces that you would have, and greater than 1,100 kilos of downforce as well. So it's
so you're in formula territory.
This car, I mean, again, indicatively from all the analysis that we've done, all of the kind of feedback that we've had from obviously the aero work that mostly is done in CAD at this phase.
Yes.
This would put you in the top 10 in an F1 race, and it would put you close to pole position in an LMP1 race at Le Mans.
So you've got yourself like a consumer LMP1 winning car.
Effectively, yes.
Mental. I don't know where to begin. You weren't joking with the
no, absolutely. And it carries on going in terms of its construction. Obviously, it's Formula One technology from the tub construction.
Yes.
How the carbon is laid up. The information, data feedback, the telemetry that's in the car that obviously you're getting constant feedback on. But the genius about it is there isn't that much active aero on the car. There's an active rear wing, there are a few baffles underneath that are active, but most of the car is there as passive with its aero because it's so efficient. I mean, it's the lowest car in the world.
It looks
it's below 40 inches, so a GT40 loses its mantle. And it has a very drivable seating position. So when you're actually seated in the car, it's a little bit like sitting in a bathtub. So you have your ankles higher than your butt. You're relaxed against the tub. And we call it lobstering. So every point of your body is in contact with some surface. So you're actually not getting pressure points anywhere. So it's incredibly comfortable driving position. Great vision out, and obviously to get the best out of this, you're going to have to go through a training program to get you up to speed.
So the 25 lucky individuals, who by the way I believe they're all sold out, you're going to have to be a hell of a driver or a hell of a collector.
And
one of the two.
Some of them are drivers anyway. We can't talk about that, but they are hell of a collector, hell of a driver. But we've tried to make sure that out of that 25, this product goes to the people who will use it, who will take it to the track, going to get it out on the track, and hopefully all together. You know, imagine seeing 25 of these naturally aspirated again.
So that's something else. So this is, I mean, we've heard it's now around 1,100 brake horsepower. This is from a naturally aspirated V12. Are we allowed to talk about how high that revs yet at all?
We aren't.
Okay. But it'll sound good.
It will sound good, and in excess of 10,000 RPM. Naturally aspirated sound then. So we're tuning all of the exhaust system obviously to get out of that.
It's going to be insane.
Ambient temperatures around the muffler, around the exhaust, are about 800 degrees C. So again, that brings in complications with materials and what we're able to use. And it's the reason there is a covered F1 car just behind, because all of the materials that are used in the production of that car come into the production.
Well, I was about to say really, one of the only ways I can really begin to put this thing into words and do it any justice is when you look at it, particularly when you look down low and through all of the aero work, it really does feel like you've got a Formula car with an exoskeleton. It really does feel like
that. And I think going back to your early comment, this is unconstrained. It's unconstrained by a regulation of race series. It's unconstrained by the regulations of on-road. It's a huge Venturi underneath the car that gives you to this fantastic diffuser at the back. And when you look from the back, you see these billowing diffusers. It's just defining the airflow. You're effectively ground effect from there rearwards, because it's all exiting air that's coming out at greater pressure than what sits under here.
So talk to me just quickly about, from a designer's point of view, having that blank canvas and going, no rules, off you go. What is that opportunity like?
It's unbelievable. Obviously working with Adrian, Newey and David King as a team, it's push, it's hard. We are challenging. We're challenging parameters on a daily basis. We're
out the window with this.
It's completely gone. Everything counts. Every single gram counts in terms of its weight count and weight versus aero, etc., etc. But it's a designer's dream, because here's where you can see that aerodynamics can create beautiful surfaces as well, and working together with Adrian to develop the surface language. So it's not just about the beauty of airflow, it's also about the beauty of the language that the air is creating. And I've always said that in a way that Adrian's genius is forcing the air underneath the car to do what he needs it to do. And the upper surfaces have been about beauty and creating beautiful surfaces from the airflow that needs to be uninterrupted by the language.
I mean, sculpturally, I've never seen anything like it. There's some angles, particularly elevated angles, looking down on top of it, some beautiful pearl drop effects and shapes around it that just look out of this world. So even in its concept stage now, what percentage would you roughly estimate it would be its final?
I think this is about 85%.
Oh wow, so a long way through. Long way through. Wow.
Biggest potential changes will be around the rear diffuser and the twin rear diffuser, and whether we actually employ a little bit of a different system there.
So it's basically changing once you put a bit more time into aero.
It's the physical testing of the aero now.
Wow. Well, if it's 85% of that, I think you've 100% nailed it. Good.
Thank you.
I mean, can't wait to hear it. Can't wait to hear it. It's going to sound amazing.
And it's all really, in a way as well, it's more about the volumes and the spaces versus the actual volume that's there. So when you see the cut throughs, it really is getting air off the product as quickly as you can, so that it's efficient through the air. And sound, having heard the first road-going engines on the dyno and Cosworth, and they're the road-going engines, and they're just doing a cycle at a constant revs per minute at the moment. They sound glorious, absolutely glorious.
Well, in a world where unfortunately all of this is dying out, I think it's amazing that you guys have had the balls to go and do something so fantastic. So congratulations, well done. Thanks for your time, mate.
Thank you. Cheers.